The fourth compliance principle, according to Cialdini, is that of attraction. Simply, compliance practitioners, salespeople, for example, will get us to like them. The basic rule upon which attraction is based is that we are more willing to comply with those we have positive feelings toward. Now this, I think, must be apparent to you. It is obvious that those who are wanting us to comply do, unless they're attempting to coerce us, they're threatening us. They realize we're not going to comply, and so they use negative tactics. But that is not what we commonly face, right, as we're going out shopping and whatnot. The sales people will almost invariably get us to comply by getting us to like them. They attempt to ingratiate themselves with us. They shower us with compliments. Even though we know our little 3-year-old is not particularly attractive, they swear that that's the best looking little boy or girl that they've ever seen. The art of praise, every salesperson is schooled in that. And of course we are gullible. Most of us know that our little kid is not particularly cute or attractive, yet we like to hear that anyway. Flattery definitely works. This is an ad that one of the many ads that appeared in behalf of American doctors through their organization, the American Medical Association.
It may be as simple as a broken bone, or as complex as a heart that stops beating. But every day, our doctors are there, helping us heal.
These everyday heroes make the world better. They show us how strong we are when we're in it together.
Similarity is another attraction kind of tactic. One of the first things salespeople will do is to get you to divulge information about yourself, your background, what your tastes are, your beliefs, and so forth. And of course, they do this because they want to not only be able to size you up in terms of packaging their sales tactics, but also because they want to become like you. They want to note and be able to use similarities in your life with theirs. Oh, so you're from Michigan. I have an aunt who lives in Michigan, and I used to go up there all the time when I was a kid. Many business organizations will, in fact, educate or school their salespeople to actually mirror the movements of their targets, the facial expressions, the tilt of the head, and so forth. There are a number of pretty good videos, by the way, on YouTube that show mirroring. Physical attractiveness is another basic part of the tactic of liking. It is true, studies show that the physically attractive, the cute or beautiful young man or young woman is better liked. They're more likely to win elections. They get better jobs than the rest of us do. They even make more money. So to add insult to injury, the physically attractive do far better than the rest of the population.
And I'm a University of Chicago student.
These young people are about to test a theory put forth by this economist.
Hi, group. I'm John List. I'm a professor from the economics department at the University of Chicago.
Do good-looking people collecting for charity collect more money?
You're very pretty.
You think?
Years ago, I ran a test on that. 2020 sent these two women out.
We have calendars and teddy bears.
One a model, one average-looking.
good-looking girls like you to come sucker guys like us into giving you money.
The prettiest girl collected 50% more. List's research is more scientific. He takes people's pictures, has them graded for looks on a scale of 1 to 10 by 20 independent evaluators
Give them the brochure.
before sending them out to solicit money for charity.
Don't be disappointed if people slam the door in your face.
The solicitors were told, ask for money for La Rabita's Children's Hospital.
I don't have any extra money. No.
And lots of people did slam doors. The young people wore a hidden camera, so he doesn't know he's on TV. We didn't want the camera to change people's behavior. We had another hidden camera on the street.
I'm visiting Lake County households today to raise awareness about La Rabita Children's Hospital.
I don't even know what La Rabita is. It sounds like Al-Qaeda.
We're only showing you the faces of the people who gave permission later.
Are you interested in making a contribution to
Not
that?
really.
No?
About 1 in 5 people gave money. We raised about $800 for the hospital.
Thank you very much.
Did the good-looking people do better?
I thought maybe at the beginning some people would make a lot more money than other people, and it just didn't work out like that.
Actually, it did work out like that. The best-looking people, like Michelle,
Okay,
collected more money.
Michelle raised roughly 3 times what the average solicitor in this industry raises.
List's research consistently finds good-looking women do the best.
When you go from the average physical attraction, which let's say is a 5, to a 7, that will cause twice as many households to give.
Would the women raise even more if they simply changed their hair color? We made Michelle a blonde,
I will do anything for science.
and we did the same for Evie.
So would you give me more money? No? Hell yeah! You're hot!
And back on the street, the difference was noticeable.
Would you like a receipt?
No, the check will be fine.
Okay, thank you.
This woman was so smitten with Michelle, she invited her into her home.
Come on, yeah.
You know what? I'm not allowed to go inside.
Here's $10.
Once the women were blonde, they collected more than anyone.
Thank you very much,
Good luck
sir.
with the tour of the neighborhood.
Thank you.
But their looks had nothing to do with it, said this man.
If she was ugly, it wouldn't have mattered. I still would have given her the money, because of the cause.
There's a pretty young girl at the door.
But I suspect this woman, who'd invited Michelle inside, and her son were more honest.
We were getting lunch ready, and then I heard there was a pretty young girl at the door, and so I turned around because I was at the
That
kitchen sink.
attracted him.
Hello.
There you go.
Oh, thank you
Great.
so much.
Thank
Would you like a receipt for taxes?
No, that's okay.
Okay, thank you.
When Evie turned blonde, twice as many households gave her money.
That just makes me want to dye my hair blonde. After listening to these results, I think I would have to hire all blondes. I think they'd all have to be, rated a 9 or a 10 attractiveness.
A kiss on the hand.
Gentlemen prefer blondes, and it's not just in the movies. It's when you go door to door knocking, trying to get contributions as well. Even women tend to be more generous in donating to blonde women when they come and knock on the door.
Here's your receipt.
This is unfair. This is cruel.
But that's not the way economists think about it. Economists think it just is. So can we put a price on it? How much is it worth?
Of course, the attraction principle is operant in all sorts of product marketing, where attractive actors and actresses are used to sell various products.
I'm sorry.
You should be.
Life lets us start fresh every morning. Now, so does the Vortex Wet Dry Self-Cleaning Shaver from Panasonic. Ideas for life.
My dream was always to catch the perfect wave. And then I realized I caught 3.
The all-new Lincoln MKX with all-wheel drive. The perfect car for endless summers. Life's calling. Where to next?